everybody. Glad to be here. Talking Stick one more time. All right, glad to be here tonight, man. Looking all sexy. I don't know if you guys noticed. All right. That's right. I lost a little bit of weight. Been walking a lot lately, mainly because my ex kicked me out. Yeah, it sucks. I've been walking 5 miles a day and stuff, you know? It's like now I know what it feels like to be Navajo. Dang, look at that. I know where we're at. I know where I'm at. All right. Let's see. I know he was trying to do some roll call earlier, so where my Navajos at? Where my Hopis? Way back there. Dang. Can't even see them. Where my Autumns at? All right, now we got to divide this a little bit. Where's my Salt River Autumns? We got some Gila River Autumns in here. The few, the proud. Hell yeah, look at that. We're outnumbered, guys. All these Salt River people in here. It's good times. Like I said, I've been trying to do a lot of things, get a little bit better in my life. Working out a lot. Like I said, losing weight's been cool. Trying to just become as deadly as I can be, you know? Just to let you ladies know, I do have a Sam's Club card and a Costco card. Oh man, I'm still single. Like I said, I'm trying to fix that, man. It's crazy. Dating out here is rough. I don't know if you guys watch the news or online at all. I don't know if you guys saw these new sex dolls they're coming out with. Yeah, they look really real. I went and bought one. Not to do that with it though. I got it for the carpool lane. All right, so now I don't get pulled over when I'm driving. It comes in real handy when like traffic's really bad. It's the best stress ball. No, but it's been fun. Like I've been trying to do, like I said, improve my life. I've been trying to watch my money and be a little bit better and help people out. The other day I saw this homeless people, man. I started handing them some cash. I was like, here's a 5, here's a 5, here's a 5, like I'm Oprah, right? And I ran out of money and this one dude walks up to me, he's like, bro, what about me? I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, I'm all out of cash. And then he looked at me all sad, he's like, but I haven't eaten in like 6 days. I was like, that's badass, bro. I was like, I'm on a little bit of a fitness journey myself. I've tried fasting. I've never made it past day 2. But maybe someday I'll be as healthy as you are, you know? I was walking up to this other guy. I was driving on the freeway the other day and I saw this dude holding the sign. I was like, I'm a blessed homeboy. I pulled out a 20 and I rolled up next to him on the freeway, and when I stopped, I read his sign. And his sign said, this could be you. And I was like, he's right. Put that back in there, you know? Now it's crazy times right now. Like, I'll be selling merch after the show over here if you guys haven't seen that stuff yet. But it's crazy because I know a lot of us grew up poor, right? Where's our people that struggle at? Hell's yeah, right? Yeah, like I remember like a lot of Indians act like they're too good. But you know, I'm not the only one that was part of the Commod Squad. Like growing up, getting commodity food and stuff, I remember I always got it at my grandmother's house. I go to my grandmother's house and she'd have powdered eggs, powdered milk, Tang. Like I didn't know it was because my grandma was poor. I thought she was a retired astronaut. I mean, all of her food had USDA on it, right? I thought it was United States Department of Aerospace. Like some of you guys might remember that meat that came in the can, right? Yeah, that was the fanciest can they could give us. They didn't have money for a label. They had to print directly on that can. And it was always funny because I was reading up about that meat that went in the can, and it was all the meat that was left over after making hot dogs and bologna. Judging by the picture on the can, the only thing left over was the shadow. Like that peanut butter was another favorite of mine, right? Like there was no bread that peanut butter wouldn't tear up. I remember one time I was trying to make a sandwich, that peanut butter tore my bread and a piece of the table. My uncles used to use that peanut butter to fix the stucco on my grandmother's house. Like years ago, this giant haboob came through TO, tore down my grandmother's house. The only parts left standing were those peanut butter walls. Then you can't talk about commodity food without talking about that cheese, right? Hells yeah, man. Like, it's always crazy when I think about that stuff, man. Like, rich kids got like Kraft cheese, right? It came in this little box and it's individually wrapped. Kamad cheese came in this big old care package, like it was dropped on your lawn. And it was always just a struggle to get that one slice, right? You got to pull out your grandma's butcher knife and fight it. Your grandma gets mad at you, she's like, take it easy, you're going to end up waving like your uncle. Oh man, let's see, where are my single ladies at? All right, yeah, there you go, line them up. Never mind, turn that shit back down. I thought this was Scottsdale, I guess not. Oh man, but like I said, dating's crazy. Like I'm trying to date. I was on the dating apps the other day. I was in the back trying to meet my forever person. Swiping away. I swiped so much, his fingers got a six-pack. But I don't know if you guys know this, man. I was on Tinder in the back. But Tinder, you can run out of people. No matches, no connections. That last card says, maybe you should try again tomorrow. So I went to my secondary app, which is Bumble. You know, because it's the ladies' choice. So I was swiping away, but I didn't even care on this one. I was swiping on everybody. I was like, it's like fat chick, ugly chick, chick with glasses. Is that me? Still no matches, which is even sadder because if you guys don't know Bumble, Bumble goes through cities. I swiped through all of Scottsdale, all of Gilbert, all of Mesa, East Mesa, Apache Junction. I was like, what the hell, no matches in Apache Junction? I was like, those girls out there barely have teeth. I was like, who do these hoes think they are, right? I was like, man, I might be a 3 on this app, but I'm a 10 on my res. It's like, shoot, in my village, I'm a medium. Thank you. Too bad it's from a guy. I don't swing that way. It's not without after an 18, you know? No, but I have friends that are crazy like that, like you're whistling and stuff, you know? I have a friend, he gets a little, when he does edibles, he's walking up to me the other day, he's like, what's up, Wolf? How's it going? I was like, dude, are you all right? He's like, I'm just really high, you know? I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, what'd you take? He's like, edibles. I was like, let me see that container. So I grabbed that container and I read it on the back. It's all THC, CBD, CBG, LBQTEH+. It's like, bro, it's this. Stop, you know? Oh, man, let's see. So we got some Hopis in the back. It's one of my favorite Hopi jokes right now is if you take a Hopi last name and turn it sideways, it's taller than the person who has it. I love my Hopi women if you're out there. For a lot of you guys who don't know, Hopi women have the best buns, right? It's just that they're on the sides of their heads. I was telling everybody that I started a fight in Hopi land the last time I performed out there. I was telling these jokes, right? I was like, you always hear about the Apache Wars. You always hear about the wars on the Great Plains. I was like, but you never hear about the Hopi Wars. It's because they were all short battles. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, I do like traveling and finding out about other tribes. Like, one of the things I'm learning about from all of our tribal people is that everything to natives is medicine, right? Dancing's medicine, prayers are medicine, laughter is medicine. I was like, you know what's not medicine when it comes to Native people? Actual fucking medicine. Unless it's Viagra way. I've seen those old dudes lined up at the pharmacy, bro. My grandpa takes Viagra just to stand up straight. He's like, oh man, where are we at? We got some Autumns in here tonight. Yeah, that's right. All the dark spots is where you see them at, yeah? If you guys don't know that about us, we're pretty dark folks, man. And the further south you go, the darker we get. I thought that was a shadow. It's just a T.O. guy in the corner, you know? Oh, man, like, I was asking my Navajo friends, I was like, man, what? Because they were like, oh, you joke too much with Navajos. And I was like, no, I don't. I think I joke enough, you know? But I was like, what do you guys say about us Autumn people, about us Pimas, you know? And then my Navajo friend was like, oh, we don't say nothing about anybody. I was like, shut up. Lies, you know? I was like, well, what do you guys say about Pima people? They're like, oh, we say you guys are big. It's like, oh, yeah, you're right, you know? And I'll tell you it's right now, because I performed in T.O. in Tono Altam land, and I had this chick walk up to me after a show. She's like, are you selling t-shirts? I was like, yeah. She's like, do you have 5X? I was like, hell yeah, I got 5X. She was like, let me see it. So I gave her the 5X shirt. She opened it, held it up to herself. She's like, you got one of those small 5Xs. It's like, small 5X? I ain't gonna lie though, I like me a big girl sometimes, you know? Especially right now when it's cold outside. You know, if she ain't 280, she ain't a lady, you know? You gotta be 2 something to do something, you know? Oh man, but I remember when I was little, I was talking to my dad about it. I was like, yeah, I think I want to go out with a T.O. girl. He's like, you're not ready, son. He's like, they like to dance chicken scratch out there. They like to 2-step. He's like I said, you're not ready. I was like, well, how do I become ready? He said, what you do is you're gonna go to the kitchen and you're gonna start moving around the refrigerator. When you can do 1 lap, you're ready. Now, but it was funny because I was driving the other day and I was thinking about what my Navajo friend was telling me. I was like, what else do you guys say about us Autumns? You know, us Pima people. They're like, oh, you guys have crappy houses, but you guys have good cars. And I was like, shoot, that's right, man. I went by I was driving on Salt River the other day and I saw this little trailer, like a tough shed somebody was living in, but they had like a Cadillac CTS parked outside. That's like priorities, you know? Oh man, but like I said, I do like to joke with my Navajo friends because I used to date this Navajo girl and she was mean and crazy. Yeah. I was always scared to sleep around here, so I developed insomnia. She was like, you can't sleep tonight? I was like, no. She's like, have you tried counting sheep? I was like, oh, I don't know, let me try it. It just gave me nightmares. Every time I count a sheep, she'd come out and butcher it. Like, 1, 2, gotta become Miss Navajo Nation. But like I said, the thing is about my Navajo friends is I like to tell them, I was like, sometimes you need to chill out, man. Sometimes you guys are too proud. You know, some people don't like you guys because you're like that. I was like, my friend got mad when I told her that. She went on Facebook and did this big old rant. She was like, I can't believe people don't like us because we're too proud. And then there was this one Navajo comment. It was like, they don't like us because we do the best beadwork. Another Navajo comment. They don't like us because we make the best fry bread. A third comment was like, they don't like us because we're creator's favorite. So I had to comment on that thread. I was like, this is why we don't like you guys. You know? Oh man, but traveling's always really good. Some of my white friends were telling me, because they know that I'm single, they're trying to set me up with people. And I was like, I don't know. They're like, Wolf, what you need in your life is true love. I was like, I don't think I do, man. I I was like, any guy can find a girl, get married, have some kids, get divorced. I was like, if that's true love, I don't want that, you know? I want something stronger than true love. That's like what I'm looking for is res love. You guys know what I'm talking about, hickeys, black eyes, and chocolate thighs. Like we all know these couples you should have broke up a long time ago, right? But they're still together, you know? But I guess you don't know how much you love somebody till they stab you in the leg when you're sleeping. And you're still willing to lay next to them night after night. Like you don't know how much you love somebody till the police are taking her away. And you're yelling, hey babe, I'm not gonna press charges. And then she yells back all cuffed, well bring me a breakfast burrito when you pick me up. Dude, man, I grew up rough, man. Like my uncle and his lady always had res love break out at his house. One time he came knocking at my door. I opened it. Dude was all beat up, man. His lady got a black eye. She like almost tore out his eyeball. He's bleeding. I was like, dang, Unc, you're tore up, bro. He was like, you should see the other guy. So I had to take him to the ER, and we're driving to the ER, and I told my uncle, I was like, dang, Uncle, I don't know how you do it. I don't know why you stay with her. He was like, you know what, Wolf? She may kill me one day, but damn it, I love her. That's the type of love I'm looking for, you know? R-E-Z-L-U-F-F, love. Oh man, but I am divorced. I have divorced people in here. Just me, all right? It's because you guys never married, just hooking up, shacking up, just snagging out there, huh? Man, I got divorced. This sucked. Like me and my ex would always argue and fight, right? My divorce was really hard on my kids because they would hear me and my ex arguing and fighting all the time because neither one of us wanted to take them. And like I said, my ex was crazy, man. She would call me up all the time. She'd be like, where's the check at? You're late. I was like, well, you were late first. That's why we're in this situation, you know? She was like, if you don't pay this child support check today, you ain't ever gonna see these kids again. I said, all right. But we've been doing better now. We're trying to co-parent, right, is what the word they use now. We've been doing stuff together with our family, taking our kids on their birthdays, taking them out, you know. Last Halloween just passed, we went trick-or-treating, which was fun. We went to this really fancy neighborhood in Scottsdale. They're giving out full-size candy bars to the kids, and then pocket shots to the adults, right? And me and my ex got tore up with our kids, walking around, trick-or-treat! And we're like, we should take these kids home before we can't drive, you know? So we started driving back to the res. On the way back, my daughter's like, Daddy, tell me a scary story. I was like, all right, I'm gonna tell you our traditional stuff that we don't share with everybody. I was like, in our culture, we have a knocking spirit. It looks for children who are up past their bedtime. I said, it'll knock on the wall. I said, this spirit, if you're awake, this knocking spirit, and it finds you, it'll fucking kill you. My daughter's like, what? I was like, yeah. It's like also in our culture we have a wailing woman of the desert. You never sleep with your window open because she'll stick her head in the window and cry. Oh. It's just like, and if she sees you move and you get scared, this wailing woman will fucking kill you. She's all scared. I was like, all right, it's time to go to sleep. And I turn off the lights. I stumble into the living room where my ex is at. She's like, hey, do you want to drink some more? I was like, hell yeah. So we start drinking, we start passing the bottle back and forth because we're classy, right? Before you know it, I messed up, my ex is messed up, and then we both messed up. I ended up hooking up with my ex that night. She was like, hey, go sleep in the living room. I don't want the kids to get the wrong idea about us. I was like, all right, cool. And then in the middle of the night, I was asleep on the couch, and my daughter comes out. She's like, Daddy, get up. Get up. And I was like, what's going on? She's like, Daddy, I'm scared. I was like, why? She said, last night I woke up and I heard things. I was like, what'd you hear, baby girl? She said, I heard the knocking demon, Dad. She said, I heard the wailing woman, Dad. It gets worse. I was like, how can it get worse? They were working together to get me through Mom's wall. It's like, oh, I can't lie to my daughter. I was like, I don't know how to tell you this, babe. I'll have to be honest with you. Your mom's house is haunted, all right?